Hi class. Today we're going to learn about the suffix ed and how it is pronounced. Ed, d, and t. You add suffix ed to a word whenever you want to say it in the past. Like for example, mend. I am going to mend the table. Mended. Land. I'm going to land the plane. Landed. Hint. I am going to hint the answer. Hinted. Act. Acted. Yell. Yelled. Seem. Seemed. Long. Longed. Miss. Missed. Help. Helped. Jump. Jumped. Now, I want you to notice something. When I said the past tense of these words, you heard the sound of ed. So the root word is mend, land, hint, act. But whenever you want to say the past tense of those words, you add an ed. And that is pronounced ed in these words. The root word of these words is yell, seem, and long. But when you want to say them in the past, you say yelled, seemed, longed. You hear the d at the end. The root word of these words is miss, help, jump. But when you want to say them in past tense, you say missed, helped, jumped. If you notice, you hear a T here, you hear a D here at the end, and here you actually hear the ed. Now, I'm going to explain to you why that is. When a vowel suffix ed, that means a suffix that begins with a vowel, comes after D or T, then you're always going to pronounce that suffix ed. And I want you to notice, see, here's two Ds, here's two T's. So no matter what, if the word ends in a D or a T, the root word, when you add suffix ed, you're going to actually pronounce the E and the D. Ed, mended, landed, hinted, acted. I want you to notice this. When vowel suffix ed comes after a voiced letter, it is pronounced d. Now, we know about voiced and unvoiced. These are the voiced letters, and I have them here for you. B, b, grabbed. It sounds like a D. This is voiced, but it's over here. So therefore, I put a slash across it because it is a D. This is voiced, g, 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 long, longed. Voiced means that your vocal cords vibrate. There's a V here because it's voiced, but no word ever ends with a letter V. So that's why I scratched it off. Z is also voiced, z, buzzed. So you hear a D at the end. And there are very few words that end in the letter J, and you probably won't come across them. Here's the word the letter voiced, hum, hummed. It sounds like a D. Why? Because it's voiced. Like pin. Is voiced. Pinned. It sounds like a D because it's voiced. Here's the letter L. Like yell, call. It's voiced. Called. Yelled. They both sound like a D. Here's the word, the letter R. It's voiced. Fear. Feared. It sounds like a D. The letter W, you're never going to hear ooh as in wagon. Whenever it stands at the end, it's always going to be coupled with an AW or an OW. So like the word mow, mowed. You still hear the D at the end because of the W. Here's the word, the letter Y. The letter Y is y, and it is voiced, But when it stands at the end of a word, it never makes the y sound. It makes the I sound or the E sound or the A sound if it's along with the A. So in the word cry, cried. Spy, spied. Sometimes it has the E sound, like baby, babied. You see? And you still hear the D. And now I want to say something about this digraph. Even though digraph TH is, and this is an exception, is unvoiced, whenever you put it at the end of a word, like mouth, see, that's unvoiced. If you want to say the past tense of that word, it is going to be sound like a D. That's an exception. Mouth, mouthed. It sounds like a D, mouthed. So this is the reason why you say D whenever you write ED at the end of voiced consonants. This is a list of unvoiced consonants. When vowel suffix ED comes after an unvoiced letter, it is pronounced t, t, like missed, helped, jumped. Why? Because the S and the P are unvoiced. That means you do not use your vocal cords, you use your breath. So for example, well, I already used the P. The T is over here. So whenever a word ends in a T, you're never gonna say T, like bat. You're not gonna say, I batted, right? You always say, you have to say it batted. So T does not count. Pack, packed. Picnic, picnicked. Golf, golfed. Miss, missed. No word ends in H, X. Box, boxed. SH, push, pushed. CH, catch, actually not catch. Coach, coached. They all sound like T's. Why? Because these letters are unvoiced. You say it with your breath, not your vocal cords. And if you notice, the T is also unvoiced. So that's the reason. Now, if I ever tell you a word that sounds like, it's a past tense word, and it sounds like D, always write an ED. Now, if I ever tell you a word in the past tense, and it sounds like T at the end, write an ED. When I give you dictation exercises and set B when school begins, that's how you will do. I'm going to give you only words like this. No matter if you hear D or T, you're going to write ED. And of course, if you hear the ed, you're going to write that. I just want to give you some words that don't follow that. These are irregular words. So these you have to memorize because you are going to hear the T and you are going to spell it with the T. These words do not follow this rule. They are exceptions, and I'll give them to you. Sent, spent, swept, wept, felt, kept, slept, crept, dealt, meant, built, bent, lent, lost, left. So when you hear the T for these words, you do write them with the T. They do not follow this rule. When we are writing in set B, I will not give you these words. And if I do, I will tell you. The words we're going to practice are these that sound like T, but you spell them with an ED. Here's some present tense and past tense words that are irregular. They don't even change the T. They change the whole word over here. I buy something, I bought something. Catch, caught, bring, brought, seek, sought, teach, taught, think, thought. These completely change the word. Present tense, past tense. These are words that when you want to make them in the past, you do not add ED, and you only change one word or two, one letter or two, unlike here that you add a whole bunch. Eat, ate, come, came, are, were, see, saw, go, went, know, knew, make, made, pay, paid, say, said. These are the same. I read a book, I read a book. They're spelled the same. These actually, present tense and past tense, are exactly the same and sound the same. I'm going to hit the ball, I hit the ball. My stomach is going to hurt, my stomach hurt. Present and past are exactly the same and sound the same. Now these you need to know when you're writing. You just have to memorize them. And there's a lot more of these. When you're writing, once again, in set B, I'm going to say words that sound like a D and T, and you will spell ED. So the writing exercises are going to be only in these. Bye, class.